Imagine this. It's summer, 1865. A sweltering night in Ghent. The German chemist Friedrich August Kekulé is exhausted. For months, he's been grappling with what seemed like an unsolvable riddle. How is the benzene molecule structured? Fatigue takes over, and he dozes off right by the fireplace. In this drowsy state, where thoughts are no longer constrained by logic, Kekulé sees an astonishing vision. Atoms, like snakes, dancing and writhing. And suddenly, one of them grabs its own tail, forming a ring. A moment before waking, Kekulé understood. This was it. Benzene is a cyclic structure. A brilliant insight that revolutionized chemistry came from a dream. And you know what's most amazing? In that moment, he wasn't just sleeping. His mind, like a spotlight, had pulled a crucial insight from the very depths of his subconscious. That's the incredible power of our mind, sometimes delivering insights that truly astound us. And since we're about to uncover the mysteries of our brain and its dreams, let's support our journey into this amazing world. If you're already enjoying what you're hearing, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us create more content like this. And please tell us, from which city and time zone are you watching our lectures? Write it in the comments. We'd be very interested to know. Now, let's return to our dreams. Imagine you're flying. Right now, in your dream, you're soaring above the clouds, feeling the wind on your face, seeing cities below, flashing by like toys. Or maybe you're fighting a dragon. Or perhaps you're talking to Albert Einstein about the theory of relativity. And then, in the midst of it all, something suddenly clicks. It's like you found a light switch in pitch darkness, and you realize, wait a minute, this is a dream. It's as if someone hit the pause button on your nightly movie. And in that very moment, listen carefully. Something incredible happens. You're not just sleeping. You're aware that you're sleeping. This isn't fantasy. It's not just confusing dreams with reality, as skeptics might say. Oh, come on, you might say. That's just my brain glitching. But no, it's not. Imagine your life is a massive spaceship, and ordinary sleep is a flight on autopilot. You're a passenger. You look out the window. Sometimes it's beautiful, sometimes scary, but you can't change anything. You just go with the flow. Lucid dreaming? That's when you suddenly find yourself at the helm of that ship. All the same stars, the same planets, but now you can choose your own course. You decide where to fly, what to do, who to meet. It's not just control, it's a key to boundless possibilities that your brain has hidden from you your entire life. Our journey begins right here, with this question: what if right now, at this very second, as you listen to me, you are actually dreaming? And what if you can wake up inside that dream? This isn't a metaphor, it's a real possibility. A possibility that can change your reality, your thoughts, your life, forever. Ready to find out how? Then buckle up. Imagine this. 2,500 years ago, it's the dead of night, and you're lying on a mat in an ancient temple. No, this isn't some shady den. It's an Asclepion, the sacred temple of Asclepius, the god of healing, somewhere in Epidavros, Greece. The air is thick with the scent of herbs and incense around you, the whispers of priests, and in your head, one single thought: to see a dream that will give you the answer. You're not just waiting to drift off. You're actively tuning in. You know that your dream isn't a collection of random images, but a message, a direct instruction from the deity on how to cure an ailment or find a solution to your troubles. People came here to consciously immerse themselves in dreams, to gain wisdom that couldn't be found in waking life. It was an entire ritual where the line between waking and dreaming became so thin it was almost imperceptible. By the way, if you're interested in our journey through the worlds of consciousness and dreams, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new captivating stories. Also, we're very curious. From which city and time zone are you watching our lectures? Write it in the comments. We'd be interested to read how far our dream waves are spreading. Now, let's return to our ancient prophets and their nocturnal wanderings. You see, for millennia, people didn't just view sleep as a brain reboot, but as a full-fledged portal. You know, as if they had their own ancient smartphone that allowed them not only to make calls, but also to access the Internet of Worlds. Take shamans, for example. For them, lucid dreaming isn't some quirk. It's literally part of their job. They didn't just see dreams, they traveled within them. They would enter lower worlds to speak with ancestral spirits or animal totems. You wouldn't just throw it away. You'd start deciphering it, trying to understand every symbol. Because what is lucid dreaming, essentially? It's the ability to understand that the map in your hands is your map, and you can chart your own routes on it. Oh, come on, that's all just fairy tales for the naive, a skeptic might say. No portals there, just inventions. But listen, isn't it curious that people who had neither MRI nor neurobiological labs intuitively understood that some powerful force was hidden in sleep? They knew. You could heal there. You could gain knowledge there. You could communicate there. It wasn't just shutting down. It was connecting. To what? To something profound. To something that lay beyond ordinary reality. Imagine, every time you close your eyes, you're not just going to sleep. You're opening a door to a vast library full of uncharted books. And these ancient cultures were the first readers who tried to understand how to use this library, how to find the right page. And this knowledge, passed down orally through rituals and philosophical treatises, eventually led us to the modern understanding of lucid dreaming, from mysticism to science, from prophets to researchers, from ancient temples to our own brains. 1953, the University of Chicago. Picture this, stuffy, smoke-filled labs filled with the monotonous hum of equipment. The smell of coffee and fatigue hangs in the air. Two researchers, Nathaniel Kleitman and Eugene Asarinsky, attach electrodes to the heads of sleeping volunteers. Seemingly routine work. No one imagined that these boring, at first glance, flickering dots on an oscilloscope and these barely perceptible rapid eye movements beneath the eyelids would open up a whole new universe for us. This wasn't just deep sleep. It was REM, rapid eye movement phase. The phase where we experience the most vivid, most bizarre dreams, and about which until then no one knew much. Before we delve deeper into this amazing world, a small request. If you're enjoying our journey into lucid dreams, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us create new, exciting content. And please tell us, from which city and time zone are you watching us? We'd be incredibly interested to know where our listeners are coming from. Now, back to our sleeping brain. When Kleitman and Asarinsky announced their discovery of REM sleep, do you know what many scientists said? Well, that's just some random activity. Wires short-circuited, that's all. Skeptics smirked. Another mystic tale about dreams, only now with graphs. The brain is just bored, so it's spitting out nonsense. Sounds familiar, right? When something doesn't fit within the ordinary, our brain immediately screams, "That's absurd! It's impossible!" But the thing is, it wasn't absurd. It wasn't nonsense or short-circuited wires. It was a symphony no one had heard and a complex dance of neurons no one could decipher. Imagine your brain not as a broken television where static is dreams. No, your brain is an entire radio station that, in sleep mode, starts broadcasting such programs, such multidimensional narratives, that you wouldn't even dream of during the day. In reality, during sleep, especially in the REM phase, our brain becomes incredibly active. It doesn't just hum, it truly works at full throttle, like an army of diligent little gnomes. It has a task to sort information, clear the cache after the day, and reprogram itself. And dreams are a byproduct, a virtual reality it generates for itself to stay engaged and process everything it has experienced. And this is where we get to lucid dreaming. What happens when you realize you're dreaming? This is where it gets really interesting. Imagine you're watching a very realistic, captivating movie, and suddenly you realize, stop, this is a movie. I can grab the remote and change the plot. That's exactly what happens in your brain when you wake up inside a dream. The, drum roll please, dorsolateral prefrontal cortex activates. Sounds complicated, right? But it's your main executive director, the one responsible for planning, self-control, and self-awareness. During the day, it runs your life, schedule, tasks, all that stuff. And at night, it usually rests. But in a lucid dream, bam, it wakes up and takes control. It's like if, at your subconscious's late-night party, the director suddenly appeared with a laptop and said, "All right, everyone, stop. Now we dance to my playlist." And it's not just that. The posterior parietal cortex, which usually deals with your perception of space and your body, also starts working differently. You don't just see the dream world. You feel it. You become aware of yourself within it. You can control it. It's like you're not just looking at a great artist's painting, but can step inside that canvas and repaint it, or even become a part of that painting. You see, it's not wires short-circuited. It's more like this. Imagine your house is connected to a regular power grid, but during a lucid dream, you suddenly connect to a nuclear power plant. The power is different. The possibilities are limitless. Your brain doesn't break. It unlocks its potential. It switches to a new level of performance. This isn't a system error. It's its, shall we say, evolutionary feature. During the day, we live in manual control mode. At night, on autopilot, and in a lucid dream, you yourself take the helm of that supersonic jet. Your brain isn't just working, it's creating. And now you can join in that creation. Imagine Paris, 1909. The streets are steaming after the rain, cab hooves clatter on cobblestones, and the air carries the scent of fresh croissants and a hint of decadence. In one of those quiet studies, bathed in the soft glow of gas lamps, sits a gentleman. Perhaps he wears a pince-nez and looks like a professor, or maybe a mysterious esoteric dandy. On the table, a volume by Freud. Next to it, pages of his personal dream diary, covered in script. He isn't just reading and analyzing, he's writing, meticulously recording every detail of his nocturnal journey, like a detective gathering clues in the strangest case of his life. His goal? Not just to understand the dream, but to enter it consciously, as if it were a separate room of his own mind. He believed there were keys to this door, and it wasn't just random wandering through the corridors of the subconscious. People were only just beginning to guess that sleep wasn't just a collection of chaotic images, but an entire world that one could enter. And not just enter, but begin to take charge there. By the way, if you're as curious as this gentleman in Paris about what lies beyond the ordinary, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us explore the most mysterious corners of human consciousness. And one more question. From which city and time zone are you watching our lectures? Write it in the comments. We'd be interested to know how far our nocturnal journey extends. And in the meantime, let's return to our keys to the world of dreams. You know, it sounds like magic, doesn't it? To just fly or build a city of light simply because you wished it. Oh, come on, that's nonsense, a skeptic might say. It's all fantasy. But no, it's not. It's pure practice. Forget about boring textbooks and complex terms. I'll tell you about simple buttons and secret codes that will help you take the helm of your nightly adventures. No magic, just psychology and a little persistence. Imagine your brain is a supercomputer that works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And while you're awake, it solves problems, communicates, perceives reality. At night, it switches to system maintenance and entertainment mode. Lucid dreaming is like gaining administrator access to this system when it's in gaming console mode. The first, and perhaps most important, button is reality testing. Listen, here's a metaphor for you. You wouldn't try to open the door of a stranger's house with your key, right? You'd first check if it's the right address. It's the same here. Throughout the day, ask yourself, am I dreaming right now? Pinch your hand, gently. Look at a clock twice. In dreams, time often changes its readings. Try to push your finger through your palm or turn a light switch on and off several times. Sometimes in a dream, this doesn't work. Or here's another trick. Try to fly. Just jump up, however silly it might look in reality. If you're in a dream, the chances of you soaring dramatically increase. Sounds foolish? Yet it's precisely these foolish actions that embed the idea in your brain. What if? And one day, in a dream, you'll do it. And voila, the door will open. The next secret code is a dream journal. Seriously, many people neglect this. Oh, I remember everything, they say. No, you don't, my friend. In 5 minutes, the details will fade like recordings on an old cassette. Keep a notebook and pen by your bed. When you wake up, even in the middle of the night, write down everything you can remember. The plot, emotions, colors, smells, everything. It's like your personal GPS navigator for the world of dreams. Over time, you'll start to notice patterns, recurring symbols, markers that scream, hey, this is a dream. For some, it's teeth falling out. For others, it's meeting the same strange character. For a third, it's the inability to run away. These markers are your clues. And finally, intention. It's like setting up a program before launch. Before falling asleep, lying in bed, clearly and precisely state, tonight I will become aware in my dream. Repeat this like a mantra. Imagine yourself becoming aware, flying, controlling the dream. This isn't just a wish. It's a command for your subconscious. You're like sending it an SMS. I'm ready for adventure. Awaiting instructions. This isn't hypnosis, it's focused concentration. It sounds simple, doesn't it? Too simple, perhaps. And yes, physicists are like, oh, these esoteric things again. And psychologists reply, these are the basic principles of how our brain works, guys. We're not offering you a magic artifact, but simply a set of exercises for your mental gym. Ready to reality check? Because it's with these steps that your personal quantum leap into a world where there are no limits, except those you set yourself, begins. And you know what's coolest? In just a few weeks, you might catch your first lucid dream. The 11th century, deep night in Rupert's Abbey, a Benedictine monastery on the Rhine River in Germany. In the dim light of her cell, young nun Hildegard of Bingen lies awake. And suddenly, not just images before her eyes, but entire universes unfold before her inner gaze. Celestial spheres, shimmering in inconceivable colors, living beings created from light and sound, architecture that defies all logic, but seems absolutely real and tangible. She wasn't asleep, but hovering somewhere on the brink, and saw worlds which she would later describe in her theological works, inspiring generations and astonishing with their fantastic detail. Imagine that these visions were so vivid and complete that she considered them divine revelations, though perhaps they were her own personal, conscious journeys into the depths of her mind, where there were no boundaries for creation. If you, like Hildegard, enjoy discovering new facets of reality and delving into amazing stories, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video. We'd be pleased to know that you enjoy our lectures. And, by the way, from which city and time zone are you watching our lectures? Write it in the comments. We'd be interested to know. And now, let's return to our dreams. Listen, if Hildegard could create entire universes without leaving her cell in the Middle Ages, what's stopping us, modern people, from doing the same in our lucid dreams? Imagine this. You fall asleep, and then reality begins to melt away, and in its place comes, well, literally anything you want. Do you remember our previous section about the first steps? Well, now we're opening the door to a boundless do-it-yourself store, but without instructions, because you are the instruction. Oh, come on, that's just my brain glitching, some skeptic might say, sipping coffee. And I'll reply, of course it's glitching, but how exactly is it glitching if you can consciously control that glitch, shaping anything you want from it? It's like taking clay. Only your clay is the matter of the dream, and your hands are your will. Want to fly? Please. Not just glide like a glider, but race at the speed of light, outrunning stars, or flap your arms like wings, feeling the air resistance that isn't there. You can soar above the clouds, then dive into the deepest oceans where fish made of rainbows swim. Or perhaps you miss a long-lost friend or loved one. In a dream, you can meet them, talk, hug, and even if it's just a projection of your subconscious, the emotions you experience will be absolutely real. The feeling of warmth, joy, or even farewell. All of this leaves a mark not in your dreams, but in your real, waking psyche. You begin to understand that the boundaries were only in your head, and they can be erased, and not just in dreams. Imagine yourself transported to ancient Greece, say, the 5th century BCE. It's a pitch-black night. You wake up in a cold sweat, your heart pounding like crazy, and in the corner of the room you still seem to see that shadow, that nightmarish image that was just suffocating you in your sleep. Ancient Greeks believed it wasn't just a dream, but a visit from a real demon. Moros, for instance, or something even worse. They sincerely believed these creatures could drain life energy, inflict illnesses, and sometimes even drive people mad. Entire rituals were performed to banish such night visitors, and people feared going to sleep. Can you imagine the terror they experienced, knowing that their nightmares weren't just products of imagination, but a very real threat? By the way, If you're already enjoying how we're delving into this world of dreams, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It really helps us keep going. And one more question, while we're uncovering mysteries here. From which city and time zone are you watching our lectures? Write it in the comments. We'd be interested to know. And now, let's return to these ancient fears and see how modern science and lucid dreaming offer ways to cope with them. Because listen, who hasn't experienced this? Imagine you wake up in a cold sweat. Your heart is hammering like a jackhammer, and in your head, the echo of that monstrous scream, that faceless shadow that chased you through dark corridors, still rings. Sound familiar? How many nights have been ruined by this sticky, suffocating fear? When your own brain sets up a personal horror quest from which there's no escape. And this is where they step onto the stage. Lucid dreams. It's like getting a remote control for your scariest movie. The main difference? You're aware that you're in this movie. You understand, hey, none of this is real. It's just my dream. And that simple thought is like Harry Potter's magic wand, but for your head. In an instant, fear begins to recede because you realize that nothing happening can truly harm you. Skeptics will immediately sneer, "So what? You're just imagining, it's not real." And I'll say, what else do you need when the source of fear is your own imagination? It's like convincing a small child that there's no monster under the bed, and they stop being afraid. Only in this case, you are the wise parent calming your frightened subconscious. And then the most interesting part begins. Instead of frantically running from a nightmarish pursuer, you can approach it. Yes, that very monster that usually makes you wake up in a cold sweat. And you know what? Very often, this monster is just a metaphor, a projection of some inner fear, anxiety, or insecurity of yours. It doesn't want to devour you. It probably wants to tell you something. What if, instead of running away, you ask it, "What do you want? Why are you here?" Imagine the monster saying, "Well, I just wanted you to notice me. I'm your unfinished tax return that you're afraid to open." Or something similar. In a lucid dream, you can engage in a dialogue with your fear, understand its nature, and even change it. Want it to turn into a fluffy unicorn? Please. Into a harmless turtle? Easy. Into your favorite cat? Even SpongeBob. Your will is the law in this dream world. This isn't just playing with fantasy, believe me. Science tells us that this is essentially training for your brain. You learn to recode your fear response. Think of it as a gentle but very effective exposure therapy, but without real stress and in an absolutely safe environment. You confront your fear, understand that it cannot harm you, and learn to control it. It's like going to the gym to build muscles, but here you're building your resilience to stress and phobias. Every time you transform a nightmare into something harmless or even funny, you switch off a small fear trigger in your real brain. And ultimately, this helps you cope with anxieties and stress in everyday life. It's like defeating a bully in the schoolyard. Afterward, you feel much more confident. So stop being a victim of your night demons. Become their trainer. Turn the darkest corner of your subconscious into a playground. And who knows, maybe that monster you were so afraid of will actually turn out to be just a misunderstood messenger waiting for you to listen. Next time a dream starts to turn into a nightmare, don't panic. Remember this, try to become lucid. and be ready to turn your monsters into unicorns, or something even more interesting. It's spring, 1921. The city of Groningen in the Netherlands is still asleep, shrouded in pre-dawn mist. But one person is awake. Professor Otto Lowy. He wakes abruptly at 4 in the morning. In his head, a dazzling flash, a realization that pierces his consciousness like an electric shock. Nerve impulses are transmitted chemically. Louis hastily scribbles the idea on a scrap of paper by his bed and falls back asleep. In the morning, he tries to recall that brilliant thought, but there's nothing. Absolute, frustrating emptiness. 2 nights later, the story repeats. The same flash, the same clarity. And this time, barely opening his eyes, Louis takes no chances. He rushes to the lab without even changing his clothes. Experiments on a frog's heart instantly confirm his hunch. This discovery revolutionized neurobiology and earned him a Nobel Prize 13 years later. Imagine what science would be like if Lowy had ignored his alarm clock from the subconscious. By the way, if you're enjoying this journey into the mind's secrets, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss new chapters. And please tell us, from which city and time zone are you watching our lectures? We're very interested to know the geography of our dreamers. And now, let's return to the magic of insights. You know, Otto Lowy's story isn't just a beautiful legend. It's a vivid example of how our nighttime brain, especially in a lucid dream state, transforms into a real laboratory where discoveries are born. Well, yes, you might say. He got lucky, but I just run from zombies in my dreams. But that's the point. Lucid dreams are not a lottery ticket. They're your personal gym for the brain, your personal sandbox for creativity and self-discovery. How does it work? It's very simple. When you realize you're dreaming, you gain access to your subconscious without filters, without logical blocks, without judgments and fears that weigh us down in real life. Imagine you are an architect, and your dream is an endless city that you can build, demolish, and rebuild at will. Want to boost your creativity? Ask your dream to show you the most unusual landscape or create a new melody. Many artists, musicians, writers have used this unconscious idea generation for their works. It's like having a personal creativity consultant working around the clock, free of charge. Listen, what about solving real problems? Are you stuck on a task at work? Can't make an important decision in your personal life? Try asking this question to your subconscious directly in your dream. Show me the way out, you utter in the dream. And you'll be surprised at what unexpected, sometimes absurd, but brilliantly effective solutions might come to you. This isn't mysticism, it's just your brain, free from daytime constraints, sifting through billions of options and finding the optimal one. It's like a supercomputer that's usually busy processing external stimuli, and at night, finally gets to work. Let's go further. Lucid dreams are a powerful tool for self-knowledge. Remember how we talked about nightmares? They don't just come for no reason. They are your inner conflicts, your fears, your unresolved problems dressed in images. In a dream, you can come face to face with your monster, ask it what it wants, or even befriend it. It's like undergoing a therapy session, but not on a couch, but in your own magical forest. You begin to understand yourself better, your motives, your desires. And this understanding, this clarity, flows into your real life. You become calmer, more confident, more whole. These aren't just mind games. This is deep work. Look. Shamanic, skill training. Want to learn to play guitar or improve your athletic performance? In a dream, you can practice without limits, without fatigue, without risk. Your brain thinks you're doing it for real, and neural connections are strengthened. Overcoming phobias. Afraid of heights or public speaking? In a dream, you can confront your fear in a safe environment, gradually getting used to it. It's like slowly dipping your hand into the water rather than plunging straight into the ocean. Developing empathy. Imagine you can walk in someone else's shoes in a dream, feel their emotions, their world. This trains your capacity for empathy, which is invaluable in real relationships. You know, lucid dreaming isn't just a nighttime pastime. It's not just playing God in your head. It's a powerful, boundless resource that can not only change your life, but enrich it beyond recognition. Your dreams are no longer just a random collection of images. They become your personal portal to a world of unlimited possibilities, where you are not just a spectator, but an active creator. It's your personal university, your laboratory of discovery, your training ground for life. Remember, we said it would change your life. It really will. Lucid dreaming isn't just a quest in your head. It's a powerful tool for self-discovery, creative development, and perhaps even a way to become a little happier. Ready to truly wake up? Because when you start controlling your dreams, you start controlling your waking life too. The doors are open. Now, it's up to you.